Hello there, my name is Karen if you haven't practiced with me before, and today we're going to be focusing on working into the shoulders, so looking at the mobility in the shoulders, any restrictions in there, and giving them a good old stretch out as well. Okay, a block would be handy for this session, again not essential, but for this session it really would be handy if you do have one. So remember, you work with your body. If something doesn't feel right, you don't do it. Be kind to yourself, don't force anything, just do whatever feels good. Okay, let's begin. So find a nice comfortable seat. Maybe you want to sit on a block, sit on a cushion, it's entirely up to you. But just find that seat, find your breath, and begin to notice how your body feels. In particular, what's going on in the neck. So maybe take a little movement into the neck, just see what's happening. Noticing any tension, any tightness. And then holding it nice and still, head back to the center, relaxing those shoulders, spine nice and long. Begin to take those deep breaths in and out through the nose. Let those shoulders relax away from the ears. Just one more. Nice. If those eyes are closed, blink open those eyes. And first of all, we're going to see what the mobility is like in the shoulders. So very simply, we're just going to lift up the arms and just notice how far back you can take them. So if there are a wall behind you, could you touch it? Does one shoulder feel a bit more mobile than the other? Mine does. So just notice what it feels like there. And generally the shoulders can get really tight. So if they are, one of the ways we can release some of the tension in shoulders is by looking at these muscles here, the muscles that wrap around the rib cage, the serratus anterior. So these can get really tight. Now, if you have a block, what you can do, if you don't have a block, skip past this bit. But if you do, this is really handy and really does work. So you're going to place that block lying on your right side underneath your armpit, and you're going to find that kind of chunky bit underneath there, that shoulder. Oh, you'll know when you found it. Maybe rest the head into the hand. Maybe you can take the arm out. So if it's tight under here, this might feel a bit sensitive. So as much or as little pressure on this block as you can stand, and you're going to take some little rolls forwards and back. Now take it slowly. What you're looking for is a particularly sensitive spot, and if you find it, hold it still, as much pressure as you can stand, and breathe into it. Now, for the purposes of this video, we're not going to do this for very long, but please feel free to pause and keep it going. So you can do this on each side for about a couple of minutes, really. Taking your time and really being mindful about what it feels like. Okay, so if you want to stay, stay. Otherwise, we're going to swap over and do exactly the same on the other side. So underneath the armpit, finding that chunky bit underneath here. Again, as much or as little pressure as you can stand. Maybe arm out, maybe support the head. And just taking those little rocks slowly and mindfully forwards and back. And again, notice if you find a particularly juicy spot, hold it still. Big deep breath. Nice, and again, if you need to stay here for longer, please just pause the video and keep going. Nice, okay, we're just going to move on. So remove that block, sit yourself up nice and tall again, and then see what the arms feel like this time. So after you've done that, do they feel any better? Can you get those arms further back? Usually you can. Nice. All right, release, give them those shoulders a wiggle, and then sweeping the right arm across the chest, hook it in with the left, and gently just pull that arm towards you. Finding that stretch on the front of this shoulder. Nice, making sure you're still sitting up nice and tall. Take a breath. And then just dropping the head gently to the right. Big deep breath. Nice, and release. Wiggle out the shoulders. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Sweep your left arm across, hooking it with that right. Big breath. Nice, and then dropping the head to the left. Take a breath. Nice, and then release. Head comes up to normal, just give the shoulders a wiggle again. We're going to reach those arms up, taking a hold of opposite elbows, and we're just going to tip to one side, and then we're going to start to make circles all the way around. Just a little move, nothing too crazy at the moment, just warming up. Changing direction. Nice, coming back to the center, then reach up those arms again. Now taking your left hand behind your back and let this right arm also drop behind the back. So you find those shoelace arms. Now we're not so much going for the grab, we're just going for that stretch. We're just finding that mobility here. So now we're going to switch sides. So gently switching. And then again, switch it again. Keep breathing. Switch again. And again. And one more. Nice. Now send those arms out wide. Reach out, spread the fingertips nice and wide. And we're going to take our eagle arms. So bringing the arms in, right elbow in the crook of your left, and then turn the palms to face. And then see if you can lift. Now, if this isn't good, if eagle arms is not there for you today, take that hug. Make sure the right arm is on top and just hug the arms around. Whichever one works best. Big deep breath, you're stretching all across the top of the back into the back of those shoulders right now. So take a big breath, feel the air in the back. Nice, and let's switch sides. So sweeping the arms out, spread the fingers wide, and then back in, left in the crook of right this time, or if you're taking that hug, left arm on top. See if you can find that little lift if you've got those eagle arms, taking those big breaths. Last one. Nice, okay, release. Give the shoulders a little wiggle out. Then you're going to place your right hand down and your left fingers behind your left ear. And then open up, pull this left arm back, take a big breath in. And as you breathe out, bring this left elbow down to the opposite knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, back. And again, inhale, up. And back. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. And last one. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Reaching both arms up to the sky. Left hand down. Right fingertips behind the ears. Pull back with this right elbow. Inhale. And exhale, elbow to opposite knee. Inhale, up. Exhale back. And again. And down. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Nice. Sitting yourself up. You're going to clasp those hands and place them at the base of your skull and just let the head just gently drop back. So you kind of like made a basket for your head to rest in. Pull the elbows back. Take a breath. Nice. And then we're going to tuck the chin, keep the hands where they are, tuck the chin into the chest and let the elbows just drop. Let the weight of those hands tuck that chin in just a little bit more. Don't pull down. Let the weight of the hands do the work. Take a breath. Nice. Releasing the hands, lifting that head up, and then we're going to find all fours. So rolling over onto your hands and knees, wrists under shoulders, knees are hip distance apart. We're going to take that cat-cow flow. Just make sure here you've not slumped into these shoulders. So lift up out of the shoulders. Then drop the belly, lift the head, tuck the tailbone up, take a big breath in. And exhale as you round the back, tuck the chin into the chest and really push that mat away. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale back. And again, inhale, coming all the way up. And exhale, taking it back. Nice, bringing that spine back to neutral. Taking that little shimmy from side to side. And then you're going to come down onto your belly. Hands underneath the shoulders. Tops of the feet on the floor. Gentle little half kind of cobra. Push up. And then lower down. And again, gentle. And lower. And again, gently lift. And lower. And again. And lower. This time, as we lift, we're going to find that cobra. Just going to your point, depending on how you feel. So in your cobra, wrists under shoulders, make sure your shoulders are relaxed. So don't have them like this, hunched up. Relax them down. See if you can squeeze those shoulder blades together a little bit. Take a big breath. Nice. And then nice and slowly push yourself back, finding your child's pose. Big toes together, knees nice and wide, arms reaching out. See if you can spider crawl the fingers further forwards whilst at the same time push those hips back as far as they'll go. Rest the head down, take a breath. Nice, okay, now we're going to walk our hands all the way over to that right side. So as far over as you can go. So you're finding that side body stretch all down that left side. Rest the head on the top of that right arm. Push the hips back. Take a breath. Make it active. Nice, coming all the way through centre and sending those arms all the way over to the other side. Again, as far as you can go, reach as far as you can. Resting the head down on the top of this left arm this time. Push the hips back. Big deep breath. Nice, coming all the way back to the centre. Take one more breath in your child's pose. This time though, what even is that word? Flip the hands onto the little finger side and push the hands into the ground. Try and find that sensation that runs all the way up the arms into the armpits here. Push down, take a breath. Nice, and then come up to all fours again. Get yourself all in line, shimmy those hips from side to side, and we're going to take our puppy pose here. So you'll make sure those knees are hip distance, keep those hips up, don't let the hips sink back, keep them nice and high. You're going to walk the hands out as far as they'll go, And when they won't go any further, lower the chin, lower the chest, down to the ground. Now, if it's not comfortable to lower the chin down, forehead is fine, or this is where a block might be handy. Maybe prop a block underneath your forehead, whatever works for you. So we're going to take 5 long deep breaths here. So really reaching through, feeling the sensation all the way down the arms, into the shoulders, down the back. Nice, okay, slowly push it into those hands and coming all the way up to that tabletop again, and then just tuck your toes and find a forward fold, a standing forward fold. Let the head relax. Bend the knees, chest on the thighs, and then grabbing a hold of opposite elbows, just let the body sway side to side. And hold it nice and still, hands down to the ground, taking a nod of the head for yes, and a little shake of the head for no. Nice, and then coming back to all fours again. Okay, give those hips another shimmy. You're going to sweep up your right arm, reaching all the way up. Take a breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to thread the needle, send that right arm underneath the left, top of the hand to the floor, bringing the right side of the head down to the floor. Now you can stay here, or you have the option of lifting up this left arm, let it drop behind you, and maybe you can wiggle those fingers around to find the top of that right thigh. Maybe not. Just see where you're at. Take a breath. Nice, okay, start to slowly unravel, coming all the way back up to that tabletop. Then we're going to do exactly the same on the other side, sweeping your left arm up, reach as high as you can. And then thread the needle, send it through, top of the hand to the floor, left side of the head down. Option to lift up this right arm, maybe drop it behind, maybe grabbing a hold of the top of that left thigh, maybe not. Find your breath. Nice, okay, release. Coming all the way back up to tabletop again. Shimmying into those hips. Nice. Now send out your right arm, left leg. See if you can flip that back foot up. And if you can, reach around, maybe grab a hold of that back foot. If you can grab that foot, try and kick into that hand to find that deeper stretch now on the front of that right shoulder. Take a big breath. Nice, and then release. Switching sides, left arm out, right leg out, flip it up, reach around. Maybe you can grab it. If you can, kick the foot into that hand. Big deep breath. Nice, and then release. Come all the way down onto your belly. Let's find our Sphinx pose just for a moment. So relax those shoulders down, gaze is forwards, find your breath. Nice, okay, now we've got a couple of deeper stretches now, one for the front of the shoulders and one for the back. So first of all, Let's work on the front. So, lying down on your belly, sending your right arm out to the side so it's in line with your shoulder. You're then going to roll yourself onto that right side. Rest the head down. Now, this might be enough. You may be able to find a little more stretch here. So, lift up that top leg, bend it, and then step it behind and plant that left foot on the ground. Close your eyes. Nice deep breaths. Nice, okay, so we're going to switch sides now. So rolling onto the belly. Again, this is one of those poses where you can hold it for a little bit longer if you like. So feel free to just pause the video and stay there for another few breaths if you wish. This time, left arm. Take that left arm out at shoulder level, pushing yourself onto the left side, resting the head down. So the left side of the head is down on the ground. Noticing if this is enough, that's fine. Or maybe you can lift up that top leg, bend it, and step that right foot behind, planting the right foot flat on the ground. Now take those big deep breaths. Nice. Okay, rolling yourself onto the belly. Again, though, feel free to stay there for a little bit longer if you wish. If you're done, bringing those hands in front, one on top of the other, and then just rest the head down. Just reset, take a breath. Okay, so we've stretched into the front of those shoulders. So now we're going to stretch into the back. So this is where a block would be handy, or maybe a cushion. So we're going to lie down on our bellies, and you're going to bring your right arm in front of your left, like so. And then you are going to slide the arms out in opposite directions. And then your block, which would be here, or like that, whichever one works for you. You're going to rest your forehead, if you can, on the block. Sometimes it's not possible, but just find that pose that works for you, where you can feel this in the back of the shoulders. Big deep breaths now. Nice. Again, feel free to pause the video and stay here a bit longer. If you're done, sliding those arms in nice and slowly, and then you're going to switch them over. So this time left in front of right, sliding the arms out in opposite directions. Have that block or cushion ready if you need it. And then resting the head down. Bear in mind, it might feel different on one side than it does on the other. So just be mindful of any imbalances that you're finding in your body right now. Find your breath. Okay, nice. Lift up the head, sliding those arms back, moving that block out of the way, and then one arm on top of the other, just resting the head down just to reset. Take a big breath. Nice, and then we're going to find our Sphinx pose again just for a second. So elbows under shoulders, spread those fingers nice and wide. Find the sensation here of dragging those hands across the mat so the chest pulls through. Take a breath. Nice, and then bringing the legs together. Bring the belly down, slide the hands underneath those shoulders and slowly, slowly push yourself back to find your child's pose but with the knees together. You're going to rest the head down and then send the arms back so you're on the top of the hands and just let those shoulders be heavy. Nice. Okie dokie, push yourself up. Find that kneeling position. Hands on the thighs. Maybe wiggling out those shoulders if you need to. Sitting up nice and tall, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Take a big breath in through the nose. And let it go through the mouth. Bringing those hands together at heart center. Raising your thumbs to the third eye. Give yourself that little smile as you bow your head to your heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Namaste. Have a great day.